Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel, NiNjahCheeto here. Recently in the headline, SEGA showed that we will be getting a new Giga Strugment Exchange shop releasing on June 14th. There's some really awesome looking camos being added to global for the very first time. These was originally locked to the mobile game PSO2 ES on the Japanese servers. I wanted to go ahead and showcase all 8 of these camos for y'all in NGS, helping you decide which one to get because the cost for the camos is pretty high, coming in at 500 strug, and that's just for one camo. I assume that Giga Strugments are going to drop from all Gigantics and enemies in the Alio after the June 14th update, but they could be locked behind Starless Gigantics. I don't think we have the full details on that yet. By the way, I would like to respect my viewers' precious time, so be sure to use the timestamp chapters in the video play bar as well as the video description to help you get the info you need from this video faster and back to your day. So, let's jump into it. The Psycho Wand is a very famous rod-type weapon that has been in the Phantasy Star franchise dating all the way back to the original Phantasy Star of 1987. You'll see me using it some in the background from Phantasy Star Universe on the Clementine private servers, casting a certain famous and flashy ground technique. The Psycho Wand has always been considered a very strong and prestigious weapon in most of the games. So you can see on my back here, this is the Psycho Wand camo. This came originally from PSO2 ES, and we're going to be getting this into the global version soon. And you can see on my back here that it's currently has a black handle and the tip end of it's all closed up. Now whenever I go to swing it, it's going to actually open up, and you can see that the tip end of it will open, and the weapon itself will start to glow, and it has like sparkles all off of it and everything. It's like really animated, looks really nice. I really like this camo a lot. It's one of my personal favorites, especially because of how prestigious and famous that the weapon has been in all the other Phantasy Star series. This game has been in Phantasy Star Universe, Phantasy Star Online. It dates all the way back to the original Phantasy Star even. And it's got a pretty cool story going on to it. And I'll go ahead and let y'all hear the sound effect of it here. You can hear it has like kind of like a double, it has like a lightsaber kind of sound effect to it. It's a very cool camo. Now this is a rod camo, so this weapon will work on rod type weapons. Even though it says Psycho Wand, it's actually for a rod. It's a little misleading, I know, but it's actually a rod type weapon. And here's a little bit of a preview for y'all too. This is using rod pose, the emote rod pose. Now you can see that the Psycho Wand camo is actually not animated or glowing or sparkling or anything whenever you're using it as a rod pose. A little bit unfortunate. The tip end, however, does open up when you're using it with the rod pose. So a little bit of a preview there for you, what's going to look like when you use a pose. So up next will be the Guld Milla. Now this weapon you can see on my back here. This is also from PSO2 ES. I'm coming to the global server soon to the Giga Strugment Exchange shop. Now this weapon in particular, the translation team actually messed up a little bit. This is supposed to be Guld Milla. Anybody that's a fan of the Phantasy Star series in the last 20 years knows from PSO, PSU, and PSO2 that this weapon has been called Guld Milla. The headline actually showed that it was called Garudo Mira, which is basically just a Romanji translation of the katakana of how it reads. So I'm sure that the translation team's probably going to pick up on that later. But this weapon's actually really cool. This weapon's been extremely powerful in the past for different Phantasy Star series. And PSO2 base actually for a long time, it was really like strong because it had the lifesteal ability to it. But you can see it like it looks pretty cool. It has like a nice bullet effect to it. And it has like a really cool sound too whenever you shoot it. And I'll go ahead and give you all a little test preview of what the weapon sounds like whenever you fire it. It has like a really nice sound whenever it shoots. And the bullet effect to it looks really good too, right? And here's what the dash attack sounds like as well. And you can see right here a little bit of a preview of what this would look like with using one of the TMG poses. This one here is actually the Gunblade TMG pose. So this will give you an idea of what that would look like with the Guld Milla. It's pretty cool. I actually quite like it. It's a shame it doesn't have any sort of like glowing effects or anything to it, but man, I really love the way that the bullet effects look on this thing when it fires. It's so cool. So here is the Orochi Agito. Now you can see that the Orochi Agito on my back, this covers for a katana. This is a weapon camo for a katana type. It looks very pretty, very ornate. It's a very popular looking weapon, I would say. And I quite like this camo. Here's a little bit of what it looks like when it's in action. You can see it doesn't really have like too much of like a special effect to it or anything, but it is very pretty. It's just like a basic proper katana. Now this actually comes originally from Phantasy Star Online as well. This was in Phantasy Star Online. They also made several versions of it in PSU too, like the infamous Agito replica, as well as the true Agito. And yeah, I think in Phantasy Star Online there was actually a lot of copies of it too. So definitely cool for you bravers out there. It looks really, really nice. We'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a sound effect test for it here so you can hear what it sounds like. And then here's a little bit of a preview for you of what the katana pose looks like with the Orochi Agito. You can see it's on my back. The scabbard actually disappears, the sheath disappears, but you can see that the full-blown katana just like lays out on your back. It's quite a nice emote and quite a nice pose with the weapon camo together. The weapon camo looks pretty good in my opinion too. All of these camos that we're getting are pretty nice, honestly. So up next, I'm going to go ahead and show you all the Soaring Blade camo for the twin Orochi. Now you can see these things on my back. It actually looks like a proper pair of twin katanas. This is like the twin version of the Orochi Agito. It looks very good. This originally came from Dark Falls Loser as a drop. This also came from PSO2 ES as a camo, and now we're going to be getting it on the global version. And here's a little bit of what it looks like when you start swinging it. You can see it doesn't really have too much animations coming off of it or anything, but it looks really cool. It looks like a proper pair of katanas. So I'm sure a lot of you Bouncer Soaring Blade mains out there are going to really, really like this a lot. So here's going to be a little bit of what the twin Orochi sound effect sounds like when you swing it. You can hear it has like a metal clank kind of noise to it. It sounds pretty good. So you can see here on the screen, this is a little bit of what the Soaring Blade pose would look like with the twin Orochi. Do a couple of little poses with it real quick here to give you a general idea. I really like this one a lot. That looks fantastic to me. This would be so good for so many different like cosplay looks and stuff, I think. This is a really cool like ninja like looking pose kind of thing or something. Really good. So up next, I'm going to go ahead and show you all the double cannon. Now this is a double saber camo here, so it'll work on any double saber. And you can see what it looks like here on the back. It's folded up. It kind of looks like a pair of twin Lavis blades or twin Lavis cannons, if you will. This originally came from PSO as well, and it was quite a prestigious weapon in PSO as well as PSU, and it came to PSO2 as well later on. And here's what it looks like whenever we swing the weapon and open it. You can see that it spins and it's animated and it's got like twirling blades. It's really, really cool. I really like this weapon a lot. I know my buddy Yoko's been really wanting this weapon to come out, so it's pretty cool that it's finally coming out now for him. So definitely a good thing for you fighters out there. You probably want to pick this one up. So I'll go ahead and let you all hear a little bit of the sound effect of this now. The double cannon has quite a loud sound effect to it. It kind of sounds like you're shooting lasers or something off to me. Now here's a little bit of a preview of what the double cannon looks like when using the double saber pose. You can see that the weapon's actually still animated, like the camo still spins and stuff when you're using it with the double saber pose, which is pretty cool. Like I actually really like the way that this looks a lot. This is also like one of my like more favorite weapon poses too. The double saber pose itself is really good. And yeah, in combination with the double cannon, pretty sick. Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of you fighter mains out there are going to really enjoy this one quite a bit. So as you'll see on my back here, this is going to be the Fall Claw. Now the Fall Claw camo is covering a Wire Lance in NGS, as well as PSO2. It's a Wire Lance weapon camo. And this actually looks really good whenever you swing it. Check this out. When it opens up, like it's very animated. It has like little shocks coming off of the claws and everything. They're huge. It looks really cool. This is actually like a really, really nice looking weapon camo in my opinion too. Like anybody that's into wire lances will definitely want to pick this up as well. It's pretty sick. So I'll go ahead and let you all hear what the sound effects for this sounds like. You can hear it has a pretty cool sound effect to it. And then here, as you'll see on the screen, this is using the Wire Lance pose with the Fall Claw camo. And sadly, it doesn't have the little shocks and animations coming off of it, and the little pinchers aren't moving or anything. I wish it was animated with the emote, but sadly it's not. Still looks really cool though. This is a really cool weapon too. So here is the Flame Visit, the weapon that you can see on my back. This is the Flame Visit weapon camo. This covers for a launcher type weapon, so this will be for you rangers out there. And we'll go ahead and show you all what that looks like whenever we cast shots with it. You can see it has like a flame kind of effect coming off of the tip of it, and then it ignites off in the distance wherever it shoots to. It's a pretty cool looking little bullet effect, I would say. Whenever you dash attack, sadly it doesn't shoot the flame out like that. Here's what a charge shot would look like. You can see that the charge shots do actually have like the flame kind of like effect going on too. So here's a little bit of the sound effects of the Flame Visit whenever it's fired. And then here's a little preview for y'all with the Flame Visit using the launcher pose. And you can see that it's not really animated or anything. Nothing too special with the launcher pose. Still, it's a really cool looking weapon, I would say. So here's going to be a preview of the Elysion. Now the Elysion, it was cut off in the global headline, but I caught in the JP headline that this was in the listing for the Giga Strugment Exchange. And you can see what it looks like on my back here. It's actually just like the handle basically. And whenever I go to swing it here though, check it out. Like this thing opens up and it starts glowing and it has like this nice little effect to it. It looks really cool. Like I really like this weapon a lot. This originally came from PSO as well, and it was also in PSU too. And this covers a wand. Now this is a wand type weapon. Wand type weapon camo. And as you can see, it's very pretty. I quite like the way that this looks. It's a really good looking weapon. So definitely good for you Tekker mains out there. Something for you to look forward to. Trading them for this one. And here's going to be a little preview for you all of what the sound effects for the Elysion sounds like. It sounds pretty cool. It actually has like a lightsaber kind of sound to it too. Now here's a bit of a preview for you all of wand pose with the Elysion camo. Now as you can see, sadly it doesn't have the little glowing aura effect going off of it, but it's still glowing, but it doesn't have like the little effect going to it like it does when you're attacking, sadly. But still looks really cool. It's a really cool weapon. It's definitely a nice little nostalgic tidbit there for anybody that was a fan of the previous games. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. What do you all think of all these camos? Which one is your favorite? Which one will you be working toward? Let me know down in the comments below. If you liked the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a wonderful day, friends. See you in the next one.